Hey everybody, it's X, and welcome to the Tarkir Dragonstorm Arena Direct. If you've never seen an Arena Direct before, it is your chance to win physical Magic the Gathering cards by playing digital Magic on Arena. Really cool series of events. We've played in almost every single one, whichever ones I've had the time to play in, and gotten some boxes pretty much each time. So, pretty excited to hop back into this. It is a very high stakes but very high reward event. It's 5,000 gems, so about 25 bucks to enter and no way to pay with gold, so that's a bit rough. And it's best of one sealed, where you need 6 wins before 2 losses to be in the money. So you only have 1 loss of breathing room and you're playing best of one sealed, so pretty high variance event here. But if you cross your fingers, build the best deck you can, play as well as you can, maybe you can get around that variance of needing to open up some great cards and dodge great bombs from your opponents. So, very cool series of events. I'm excited to hop back in. So, without further ado, let's bust open our packs and see what we get to play with today. Alright, so obviously our rares are in quite disparate colors here. Blue, red, white, green, black, all the colors of the rainbow over here. But if we go Jeskai, we get 2 copies of Rediscover the Way, which is pretty great card draw. And if we go green at the base, we have tons of options for our rares. Bloomvine Regent is going to be awesome in any sealed or draft deck in this format. Nature's Rhythm, I think, has been maybe a little too slow for a draft, but I think it'll still be really nice and sealed. So 2 great green rares is nice. And then we have multiple options of where to go from there. Probably green-black, so you've got the Hollow Merc Siege plus the green rares. And then we get to splash in Fangkeeper's Familiar going green, black, blue, or Severance Priest going green, black, white. Although I do think Severance Priest is probably the weakest of all these rares. Maybe Hollow Merc Siege is weaker. There's no like huge mega bombs here. The closest is maybe Fangkeeper's Familiar. This is a really sick 2-for-1 when you counter a creature with this. Or Bloomvine Regent. I mean, a 5 mana 4/5 flyer that gains some life is really not a bomb. There are 2 Rediscover the Ways here for great card draw. Again, not really bomby, just super good card advantage. So we'll have to see where these all fit in here. The ideal, honestly, for this sealed format is to open up a bunch of really, really good mana fixing and just play all the colors, which is possible, but you are at the mercy of what you've opened in the sealed pool. But 3 Dragonstorm Globes and a Dragon Brood's Relic. And let's see, there's also an Opulent Palace there. None of the green fixing, no Saga Wildlings is a little rough, but this is, what, 5 pieces of fixing here? If we go green, we have Relic and Routine and then Triple Globe. Okay, so I guess like Relic and Routine are green fixing, but you know what I mean, no Saga Wildling fixing, which is my favorite. This will be interesting. Didn't open up a ton of good lands here. Rediscover the Way is going to be pretty difficult to cast then. Probably do need to run Embermouth Sentinel as well if we're going 5 color. No Forecasters opened up to go with our Triple Globe. It's kind of tragic. So if we were to go 5 color, let's check out each color individually here. It's almost definitely green at the core to give us easy access to those other pieces of fixing. But we'll see how deep all of our colors are. White looks pretty deep. I mean, not a huge quantity of spells here, but I like pretty much every spell. The Practitioners and the Lightfoot technique are kind of filler. But if we play a more aggressively oriented white deck, I think all these spells are great. And if we're just splashing white in, we've still got like a few really good cards to splash. I think these 3 still be good splashes. For blue, blue is very, very light on spells. I do not like Ringing Bell or Ringing Strike Mastery or Humbling Elders that much unless you really care about flurrying, which we kind of don't at all. So blue's pretty light. Blue's very much just a splash. Black, we've got quite a lot of black spells, so maybe it'd be like green-black at the core here. Although again, some of these are pretty filler. Honestly, their removal isn't even great. We don't have any mobilize to go with this worthy cost. I guess I've got like 1 Endure one and one Mobilize one. But this is going to have a very real cost. We don't have a lot of expendable tokens in our black. So there's only one removal spell that I really like, and it is not the best because you don't get to target what you're getting rid of. So it's really bad against tokens. Okay, I lied. Black actually looks kind of mediocre despite having a bunch of spells. They're not that good in terms of the spells. Red, on the other hand, does look quite aggressive. So maybe a deck with white and red at the core, splashing in some blue to get our Jeskai rares in could give us a lot of success, trying to punish the slower, splashier decks. Seeing as our mana base does not look incredible for that 5-color sort of archetype, and I'm not a huge fan of like going green-black at the core, maybe some kind of Jeskai aggro deck could actually be where it's at. Pretty great curve of creatures here. Get those good Jeskai rares in at the top of the curve. That could definitely be something I'm interested in. Last but not least, our green is quite solid, it looks like, to run as a core color of our deck to get the 5-color build going. So, yeah, I think it's green and splash around, or it's just Jeskai. Boros at the core. We get to play the Stalwart as well, some Reigning Victors at 4 mana. Really liking the idea of Boros at the core. So green splash around is probably Sultai at the core. Splashing the other stuff in. Just really do not love the fixing for that. Apologies if you hear a little bit of bass stuff going on. I think my neighbors are having a party or something. So Rediscover the Way is still fine card draw later on the curve, but that'd be really late on the curve. It'd be the 2 colors that are really, really splashed in. I almost feel like the green core deck is just Sultai, not even really splashing in other colors from there, because there's not all that much to splash in, honestly. It's just the Rediscover the Ways mainly. I'm not the biggest fan. This Sultai looking deck. Could splash in white for Priest. I mean, at this point, if I'm just going pure Sultai, I don't really need nearly as much fixing as I'm running. Just don't have all that much super powerful late game stuff. We're just trying to grind out good value with like Lion Weights, which are great spells, but like, I don't know, I feel like the slower decks, what makes them so powerful is that you usually have some really, really strong late game plays, and I just don't think this sealed pool has those to make this look all that exciting. So I'm just gonna do a Jeskai build here. Like if I don't have super, super strong top end, focus on outracing people, and still playing a lot of good bombs. I mean, they're not like straight up, oops, I win the game bombs, but the card advantage that we get out of the rediscovers is still great. So we are Boros. Splash the blue. Anything else in blue that's interesting as a splash here? Not particularly. Just a 5 mana 4/3 flyer. 2 mana draw 2, discard 1. I think this is really just Boros here. What's our dragon count? 0. Okay. Okay. Certainly makes Globe and Embermouth Sentinel less interesting. I could still run Globe if I really want to get more blue in there, but I don't think so. Just go 3 blue sources for the 2 rediscovers as late game card draw. I only need to cut 1 card. Could honestly probably cut a land here. It's probably better to just cut one of these practitioners, though, as our most filler cards. Yeah, Boros kind of Jeskai curve out the deck here. 4 removal spells, Seize opportunity for the combat trick. Great aggressive curve of threats. Like how this looks, but we'll see how it actually plays as we hop into the gameplay. Playing against green and blue, there's Sultai Devotee to start them off. Don't mind hindering their mana with Dragonfire just immediately here. That way if they didn't naturally draw into great lands, they're stuck off black. Looks good. Petitioner here. Get mana efficient and set up for a double spell if I draw another 2-drop. Okay. Did not, but Equilibrium Adept looks pretty fine here. Probably got the removal for it the way they're playing. Rally the Monastery. Alright, that'll be a double spell next turn. They know for sure not to play a creature with power 4 or greater though, so there goes one of our removal spells. We'll have to just play it as 4 extra damage with 2/2/2s, or just 2/1/1s here. Or they could do that. And then I do kill something with it. Yeah, I am perfectly happy to just kill the Constrictor Sage then. They can renew it and stun something again from the grave, but like, fine by me. Gotta kind of get the 4/4 out of the way. Scry a Stalwart to the top, I like that. If they just stun somebody and don't use any actual removal, should be able to Stalwart plus Pack Beast very easily. Actually, even if they kill one of our creatures, I can play the Stalwart first, then the Pack Beast, and it'll still only cost 3. Alright, they stun the Practitioner. Adept is actually going to be more damage here. Well, no, it'll be the same amount of damage. I lied. Same damage, because it's not like the Adept is getting any counters here. So it's going to be 4 damage, but the Practitioner will get a counter, so that also would have been 4 damage. Ooh, Rediscover the Way, sure. I got my blue source, I'll keep it. So far, so good, game 1. Humbling Elder stops the Adept damage for this turn. That's pretty good against the double striker. Eats my Mobilize token. But they're under a lot of pressure here if they don't have a lot of cheap removal or a board wipe. Sibsig Appraiser. Card draw plus a decent little blocker to trade off with. All my cards are 3 toughness or more though, so Appraiser doesn't trade off by itself. Another Reigning Victor. Rediscover the Way into Rediscover the Way, that's funny. I think we do. We can channel Dragonfire here. Scry a Mountain away. Actually, that would have been a fine keep. Then I can play Rediscover plus a 4-drop next turn. Double spell again. Tawny back for a 4/3, draw a card, discard a card. Find a rescue leopard, and there's the concession from our opponent. They're dead on board, and apparently no cheap removal in their hand, so deck plan works out super well game 1, and we are 1-0 heading into game 2. Here we are for game number 2 on the draw, unfortunately. This is a fine opening hand. We are on the draw to help hit our land drops to get to our 3 and 4 mana play, even on a 2-lander. And despite being somewhat aggressive, we are a 17 land deck, so odds should be decent of hitting lands soon enough. If we're under too much pressure early, I can exhale their scariest attacker. Opponent starts with Blossoming Sands. We draw into another 4-drop. And another 3-drop. These are really not the draws we're looking for, but we still have one more draw step before we're mega punished here. Caustic Exhale, 1/1 removal. We did hit that land right on time. They don't have removal for Rescue Leopard. This card can discard a card, draw a card, and look for more mana for us. Practitioner can also try to scry towards mana, but that requires us having enough mana to double spell. Alright, land 4 looks good. Stalwart Successor. It's the blocker from our opponent. I am pretty fine, I think, with just trading here. Killing their Menace Synergy card, and they do not want the trade. Okay, I can pretty easily double spell next turn, so I'm going to run out the Practitioner. I will exhale the Avenger here. Good stuff from Leopard. Dragonfire is a great draw. Okay, if they just straight up take the trade, you got it, actually. Scry, another land, out of here. Saving Exhale for something scarier, since we could just take that trade. And now I have the Exhale left over for this Pummeler. Feels good. We cast a Kieran and an Exhale this turn. If the Kieran could return itself, so I could double spell here without having to cast Exhale, that would be insane. I'm going to double spell to get the Scry here, even though I don't technically need to, because I'm not like doing any extra damage or anything by doing this. I would still like the +1/+1 counter on the Scry for later, so I'll just play this Kieran in my end step anyway, if I didn't play it right then. Definitely playing land for a turn with a Rediscover coming up on top. Sonic Shrieker, that card's an absolute nightmare. There goes Strike Master, because Strike Master could kill the Shrieker. Luckily, Shrieker's too small to block Practitioner here, but has gained them some life. Probably on Pack Beast. If I had a red source untapped, I would just take the goblin there, but buff the Shrieker so it's big enough to block Practitioner here if I don't double spell. But I'm certainly going to double spell. They could double block this Practitioner to kill it. It's still worth. We get it out of the way. Get another Practitioner. I mean, I've got the rediscover card draw's been going long enough that I've got the spells to do it again. To do more double spelling. I don't know what it is, but Poised Practitioner is probably the common that I have had a statistically abnormal amount of success with. Like, it's a very bad common stats-wise. But I don't think I've ever run it in anything where it didn't play pretty well. I guess it's just a card that is maybe like really, really only works in the right deck and I've just only put it in those. I don't know. Maybe I've just gotten really lucky with it, but I've been happy with it every time I've played it. But there's plenty of times I've drafted it and just not played it at all either, so. Alright, well that was really good for opponent. Buff the Merchant to be big enough to block the Pack Beast without dying. Whenever he casts a non-creature spell, target creature gets double strike. Oh, okay, so if I just play one non-creature spell, then Pack Beast is good anyway. So I guess I probably just Dragonfire Face here. Just a little awkward. I guess I'll just go Practitioner and Dragonfire. Yeah. Lands really aren't the end of the world. I still have, you know, a bunch of expensive stuff to do. But I'm still in the market for flurrying. But the lands also help me flurry with the spells I already have. Okay, Siegebreaker by itself is just a 4/4 Death Touch, which is not good for me, but I can attack into it, especially if I get a flurry this turn. Can Dragonfire the Face and play a Bearer of Glory to attack with a 4-power Practitioner, or I could just attack with a 4-power Pack Beast instead. Well, if I Flurry Face, attack all, they trade into one 4-power creature and take 5 and die? No, because I have to Dragonfire one of my 4-power creatures down, so they actually just take like 3. 1 from Sharpshooter and 2 from Dragonfire, so it's not close to lethal. I can Equilibrium that up to just pray to hit land here for the flurry. I mean, if I don't, I still just attack with Pack Beast and we're fine. If they hit the land, this will be incredible. Which, you know, is that risk that I took not keeping the land. This is where that land would have been really helpful. Okay, Rally the Monastery is still really nice for the future. What is their last card in hand here? It's Combat Trick. Oh, it just draws 2 cards and that dies. Okay, so they're going to have 3 cards to try to stabilize here. But they're facing trip damage just from us playing creatures, and we have an additional 4 to face in our graveyard to recast. Just really need them to not hit, like, life gain. Sinkhole Surveyor does not gain life. Voice of Victory does not gain life. Undergrowth Leopard does not gain life. We're big chillin'. indestructible. I mean, it's just on sharpshooter, right? The other two are already good enough. There's a concession from our opponent, because they know I can rally to double spell and just eat all three of their blockers at the same time, chip in, put them to like 1 while I do it. That is 2-0 with the Jeskai aggro deck. Really happy with the deck building decisions here. It's playing out pretty much how I wanted it to, but we've also dodged particularly great bombs so far, so pretty lucky run for now, heading into game number 3. All right, here we are for game number 3 on the play. Not starting out till turn 3 is a little bit slow for this deck, but this is definitely not a mulligan when we've got such good mana at the ready for anything we draw into. Our opponent getting aggro here, start with the turn 1 Stadium Headliner. Thankfully, though, our top deck is pretty perfect. Just Dragonfire that thing out of here. Not worry about any of its damage or its ability to kill one of our creatures. Fortress can guard, get a 1/2 and a 1/1. Yep. Here's a Practitioner. Alright, well, I thought they were Mardu aggro, and now they're like 4 or 5 color soup again. Dismal Backwater coming in with the Haymaker out of nowhere. 1-drop red aggro card, 2-drop white creature. Dismal Backwater. Whoop! That's what's so funny about this this drafted sealed format. Is like the mana could just come out of nowhere on you. You're like, okay, 1-drop aggro red creature into a 2-drop white creature is definitely just like Boros aggro. And then just get completely blindsided by... Like, imagine this was the Sultai Tri-land. That would have been incredibly hilarious. Oh, Jesus. Dragonologist draws into the kind of bomb uncommon here. This is really bad. So I have the seize opportunity here. So I believe we're supposed to attack all. We're going to draw a card and gain a life every single turn while chipping away at me. Yeah, that's a nightmare. Alright, we've stopped dodging bombs, I should say. This opponent is well set up. Take this opportunity to just rip a bunch of their cards off board. I mean, +2/+1 is still not gonna kill too much of their stuff. If I let this die, what do I get? 2 creatures left on board. I can pack Beast instead this turn. If I seize opportunity, I can't cast anything else this turn. I think we're just chilling and killing Dragonologist then. Yeah, because I would just kill Dragonologist on the 1/2. I wouldn't even kill the 1/1 with the seize opportunity. Might be getting wrecked by this dragon coming up here. All the card draw tacked onto it. And the life gain. Yep, there it is. And here it goes. Draw a card, gain a life. They're up a card. They can't kill any of my attackers here, like no matter what. So I could go Adept and Effigy. I guess they could kill the Effigy, which I don't think I care too much about. He's soaking up my mana. Play a Practitioner and a Kieran to flurry next turn. Means I don't need this land to double spell. If I really want to double spell, I go Practitioner, Kieran. Or Seize Opportunity, Kieran. Yeah, there's multiple options even without this land. So we ditched that in favor of trying to find a way to kill Shrinekeeper still. Getting closer to that. I hit for 7 if they kill this effigy. Put them to 10, which is pretty big. Especially if I can get a double strike hit off with a 4-power creature coming up with the Seize Opportunity. Alright. Gain a life, draw a card as you do. Swamp. Stormplane Attainment. The Adept over the Pack Beast. That is rough for me. Ah, come on. Doubled Attainment. Pretty good pool. Ooh. This can't blow up an enchantment, can it? No. The Shrinekeeper is literally just out of reach. That's super devastating. So we're playing somebody in a Kieran then. So Practitioner Kieran. I thought just one of these big white removal spells with like flexible abilities. I'm like, this has got to be able to blow up an enchantment, right? Nope. Scry it away. Tap out for 1 mediocre blocker. Thank you. That's not a mediocre blocker, though. This is 4 extra damage, this is 4 extra damage, this is 8 extra. They're dead. They're straight up dead, right? They don't have another spell, they're dead. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, they're dead. Ooh. Oops, I win. GG. Aggro decks are fun. 3-0 heading into game number 4. Game number 4. This is our worst hand so far. 5-landers are very, very rough because they're right on that borderline between keep and mull. We're on the draw here. We can Dragonfire their first play, but then I don't do anything till turn 4 if I don't draw creatures. Pray to draw creatures, but have perfect mana. Or be down a card from the start. Maybe even just mull into this again. Perfect mana for anything we draw. Any non-land draws are great. It's rough, but I think it's a keep. It is a very reluctant keep. First draws a land. I shouldn't have played Mountain first. That made it really obvious I have channeled Dragonfire if they've played this format a lot. The fact that I played a Mountain and my turn didn't pass. Shock Brigade is out of reach of channeled Dragonfire. My second draws a land. Pass. Down to 18. Kish the Trawlers just to curve out here. Gives us a Dragonfire target if nothing else. Third draw is a 3-drop. Alright, let's just play that on curve. I can take 3 damage one time. To be a lot more mana efficient, potentially. Plus, if the Leopard sticks around, it'll be incredibly helpful with all this mana that we've drawn. Oh, Jesus Christ. What are you gonna flurry here? Okay, they get an additional Bearer of Glory. So immediate 2-for-1 from Tygam. Pretty good thing I didn't immediately channel Dragonfire, by the way. Because now I can kill a Tygam and stop them from getting even more copies of all their spells. Two 1 to trade into the 3-2. I think I need to offer this trade to dig through the deck here. Okay, wait. No, this could be a problem, because if they have another land, they can just activate the Bearer of Glory copy on an attack next turn. Okay, they do take the trade. That is what I wanted to happen. Trading on attacks is infinitely better than trading on blocks. They can't have any combat tricks to change it there because they're tapped out, and I get to ditch a land and look for something else there. Alright, we're stable now. Taking 2 a turn. If I play a Reigning Victor now, I can play Practitioner plus Seize Opportunity next turn. Get the Scry, get the immediate double spell. I don't get any ETB value with the Victor, but it's still just a good threat for the future. They got their own Dragonfire. Oh, another Bearer of Glory. There'll be a lot of bearers this game, which is not going to be good when they hit their next land. Keep or Rediscover the Way. That'll make it really easy to flurry next turn. Why did it exile Mountain first when Rediscover the Way was the top card? That's kind of weird. That's kind of suspicious. Well, this can't be good. Drew some kind of trick here. Still low enough, I kind of have to take the blocks, because if it's their own like Seize Opportunity +2/+1 to stuff kind of trick, then the damage to me is going to be really bad. I guess I only stop 1 more damage by blocking Bearer than the 1/1, and it's way more likely Bearer eats Practitioner for free than the 1/1 does. If it is the +2/+1 or +2/+2 trick, it's not big enough here. 3 damage is exactly big enough. Kind of a bummer to draw a Practitioner after flurrying. Exhale just kills the 1 Shock Brigade right now. Still kind of need it as low as I am. Next turn I can Cure and Rediscover the Way back. We are going for the long game value at this point. So play really defensive and tap the Victor just to kill their bearer. Oh, gains haste when they cast it too? I forgot how suspend works, that's really rough. Tygam putting in work from the grave. That's a great draw. Another Kieran to go with the Rediscover? Okay. We have a plan. We have a plan here. I think I need to go Exhale and Kieran here. I need the Kieran mana up, and if I tap out for Dragonfire, I have enough mana to only play a Kieran or only play an Exhale. I guess I could Exhale and then I can Kieran if I go full control mode in my upkeep next turn instead. Go down to 3 here. I'm going to do this before the mobilize triggers, so if they have a combat trick that buffs that and another card, they only buff that. Again with the turtle. What are you, my last opponent? Alright, so they have a like boatload of card draw themselves. Force a chump and draw 3. Guess I chump with a Shock Brigade? Can try double blocking with Reigning Victor and Bearer of Glory, but that seems really bad. Especially how long they were thinking with that Mobilize token out. It feels like they have like a +2/+2 trick or something. Oh wait, no, this has 9 toughness. What am I talking about? I lied. I'm dumb. I mean, I could go chump pick up Kieran to not lose a creature. And then just keep chump picking up Kieran's. It's not fantastic, but it's a plan-ish. I can do that for at least a turn, and then I still have a Kieran to pick up Rediscover the Way later. The Storm Shell does stay stunned for like 3 turns, so at least when it comes to blocking that, I won't have to worry. But it'll definitely draw them into more spells. I mean, ideally, they've been on 5 lands for a long time. Ideally, it just hits a land clump at this point. But I doubt it. Land for turn. Removal spell Victor and Flurry out. Flying Vigilant Threat that puts the removal spell back on top. Disgusting. Alright. Those were kind of nightmare scenario draws, as are those. 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I get an untapped land, I have a 9th mana, which still isn't enough to play 3 of these spells. Well, Victor plus 2 spells. Wait, no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's not going to be enough to play all 4 of these spells no matter what. So I think I just take the gain life. I'm going to have to Kieran in response to their rebuke. To counter it and have them not get the mana back out of it. Which means Rediscover the Way is just going to die here. I've still got another copy in the deck somewhere to draw into. Do I know what's on bottom here? I do know what's on bottom. There's a huge land clump on the bottom. So ideally our non-land draw chances are pretty high at this point. I don't think I can afford to attack with the Kieran here. It's not like it even blocks well, but forces their rebuke onto our Kieran if they want to get the 2 in. You know, I mean, it doesn't block well anyway. I think I just go to 2 at this point. If they've got like the 2 damage to face, they're gonna kill me regardless. That got me so excited. I was like, that'd be a huge punt. I'd be pretty, pretty insanely happy with that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no way we're getting lethal next turn. You got the 2 damage, you got the 2 damage. Oh, alright. Yeah, that's a bomb and a half. That's the strongest monocolored rare, I think, in the entire format. It's definitely the strongest blue rare. We did not manage to dodge bombs forever, but at least I did manage to survive in this game a lot longer than I thought I would. No shot now, though. And I guess Rally the Monastery is still in our deck, so if Rediscover the Way immediately hits Rally the Monastery, we still have a chance. Tiny, tiny, tiny chance. If we can get the Reach blocker as well. Okay, yeah. We're probably dead here, but never say never. Alright. I don't have another blue to do double Rally, so we are almost definitely dead now, but now I have the blocker for Messenger, and I can do the Kieran combo we hope to do. block Regent with our flyer or reach and pick it up with Kieran. Oh no, we're just dead. We're just dead if they rebuke anybody. Because I have to go chomp chomp. I guess not literally dead, but I am forced to go chomp chomp if they rebuke anybody here. If they rebuke my reach or my flyer, then I play the other Kieran, pick it up, chomp chomp to not die. Keep them off their mana there. Land for turn. Chomp chomp. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. 3 for Stalwart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I'm cooking right now, but I don't know how much I'm cooking. Okay, they're at 10. They're at 9. I'm really cooking right now. I'm like insanely cooking right now. I get another ping damage. I rally the River Regent. Or if they don't block here, I rally them to death. Hold up, he's cooking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, that's Stalwart off the rediscover. Oh my god, we are 4-0. Some hard-fought battles here, but we remain undefeated as we head into game number 5 at this point, and now we're getting some of our gems back no matter what. What an excellent start to this Arena Direct. Here we are for game 5 on the draw. Perfect mana. We do get to start off on turn 2 as well, so this is as good as a hand's probably going to get, really. On the draw, at least. Playing against Obzon, they start with Krumar Initiate, which is spooky. Very spooky. On board, this Bearer can attack in, but they're a green deck. They can probably get like a 3-3 down next turn and just stop it anyway. Okay, they're like 4-color soup. Initiate for a 1-1. Sure. Poke for 1. Bearer of Glory or Stalwart here. I could also Rescue Leopard, but I don't think Rescue Leopard's good on this board. I'm going to get the Stalwart down. Get all of our chip damage creatures out. So just while playing spells, we're randomly damaging our opponent as best as we can. Really excellent mana from our opponent so far, and a great bomb rare turn 4. Just right on curve. That is 6 power and toughness for 4 mana, and then they lifelink the whole board. So this is going to be a majorly uphill battle. But definitely not giving up yet. We saw how last game went. Okay, I don't have double white, so I can't double spell here no matter how I play. So tap land for sure. Don't think I'm seize opportunitying. Just get the leopard down. I mean, I guess I could have like attacked both, holding up the seize opportunity. But they've got a pretty huge swing here if I do that. Yeah, this is bad. Oh my god. Alright, I mean, what are you gonna do against that hand? Good. Deck is good. Kill one of the million 2/2s. I was hoping they were going to try to kill Sharpshooter, but it's pretty fair they didn't. Such a bad spot here. I think I have to just trade Kieran off into a 2/2. Huge threat. Army in a can. I can't kill it until they make it bigger. Don't target Vanguard. No, I can't kill it at all, because the second it's 4 power, it's also indestructible now, and this does not exile. Put a 2 life with 2 blockers up. Or 6 life with 1 blocker up. It is a rock and a rock hard place here. If I hit an untapped land, I can play Adept and still be alive. On board, at least. But also, if I just cast these two, I'm alive on board. At this point, I'm gonna need so much card advantage value over the long run to have any chance. And this Rediscover's gone forever. Yeah, I mean, I need to start getting really, really lucky to flip this one, so I'm gonna play towards that chance here. of not giving up the card draw. If I hit a land and they have absolutely nothing, we're still in this game. If I don't hit a land, I probably wasn't still in this game anyway. Yeah, okay. Skirmish Rhino would have killed me even if I just played these two. Yeah, we were so dead. Alright, well, there's our first loss there, but I don't think there's absolutely anything the majority of sealed decks can do about that start from our opponents. We are 4-1 now, heading into game number 6. Here we are now for game 6 on the draw again. Do like this hand. The effigy to go with the practitioner is really nice. Sharpshooter from our opponent stops that effigy damage for now. Teamer Monument. Yep, 4-color soup with excellent fixing, multiple dual lands, and a Teamer Monument cast already. Grabs the green source. Passes turn. I think I'm aggressive enough. I need to just jam this out. It's not getting any damage in immediately anyway, but sets up for bigger swings in the future without having to dump mana into recasting it. Knockout maneuver off the green. Miss a land drop. All I can do is hold up Exhale or play the Practitioner, so we play the Practitioner. Made it to double Mammoth Bellow now for 1,000,000 blockers. Flurry our Practitioner. Stalwart. With the effigy in hand, that's kind of real. Bellow again. We're 2 turns from making Practitioner big enough to block Mammoths without dying. I've got the life total right now to actually go Practitioner Effigy then first. Again, towards getting these things big enough to block Mammoths. Now we're working on 2 of them. And our opponent has to consider holding the Mammoths up on blocks. It's not a blue source, I ditched that. Not a blue source, I ditched that. Probably killing one of these practitioners. Tapping one, sure. That's less bad, but still bad. Dragon Hunt, draw a card, discard a card to kill Pack Beast. The card quality is through the roof over there. Oh, they discarded a land, so they don't get to kill anything. Have to discard a non-land to shoot for 3. Another dragon. Wow, double dragon hunts. That's super good. They have the double flashback on the Harmonize. It's disgusting. Sure thing, welcome to my face. You just can't shoot face, which is important. Okay. Not the blue source. We tuck it away. There's the blue source. We discover the way plus exhale next turn. Definitely chumping this next turn. At least a little bit. Oh my god, man. Awaken the Honored Dead. Blow up the 5/6. No Dragon Hunt this turn. Stack is just gross again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have no way to deal 3 more damage and lethal them on this next crackback. I think I have to double block. Which sucks, because then the life gain's gone. It is the same damage either way. But rougher blocks next turn. I need Kieran. I need Exhale up, and I really want a double spell while I'm at it. So I need to go Effigy Kieran. You got me. Oh, they've got a combat trick too? Oh no, that's Farrell's ability. I am still dead to Farrell next turn if I don't hit something to deal with it. Oh, it'll be a real disappointing ending. Come on, Rediscover. What do I have left that can deal with it? Rally the Monastery for 2 mana, which I do have up. Shocking Sharpshooter to chump it for 2 mana, which I do have up. So I have 2 outs and I have the mana up for either of them. Yeah, they're 2 mana solutions. So there's no 1 mana play that will save me. So I can't, like, try to flurry to scry before I do this. I have to just go blind and have my 2 extra mana up. It's not it. That's so disappointing. That'll end the run. Just 2 really, really strong sealed pools from our opponents in a row is all it takes to get out of the competitive sealed event. The only thing that I can think of here we really could have done differently was that chump block that I made with the life gainer if we tried to keep it around instead, but then I would have had to make even more chumps on those future turns against those mammoths. Don't think that ends up working out. Oh, it's so close. Man. Alright. I'm really happy with the deck we built. I think for the most part, played about as well as I could. Maybe there was a shot at victory, keeping the life drainer around. Would have been really unlikely though, because we would have had to chump with it like the next turn anyway to still be around. I don't know. I think we just got outclassed in card quality these last couple games. It is what it is. 4 and 2, just a couple thousand gems as the reward, but another look at this deck, again with how those games played out. I am quite confident in how I built this deck. I think this is about the strongest deck we could have built in this sealed pool. The issue with going for the slower, kind of Sultai, splashier deck here is that we don't really have the power level of cards that we would need to keep up against other slower decks. And we would also have all the issues of being a slow deck against other aggro decks. I think this deck just has better matchups against the vast majority of decks, because this deck is fast enough to try to get in underneath those much more powerful decks. Like, we were still just like just like 1 turn off from winning that last game, and just 4 points of damage off, which is really not much in this deck, with the ability to +2/+2 our creatures, with the ability to drain for life with the Stalwart. So even our losses, we got really, really close with this deck. Well, not the first loss. Okay, even the second loss. We got really close with this deck, and I think our other deck would have just been absolutely crushed against the 2 decks that we lost to here as well. And yeah, there were other similarly terrifying decks from our opponents, like when our opponent dropped that giant like blue dragon and we still managed to squeeze out the victory with some extra damage. I don't think our Sultai deck would be as capable of winning that matchup. So yeah, I think we did what we could here. Built a great deck, played pretty dang well, but it is just not enough to win. You also do need to get decently lucky, and we got lucky enough to get to 4 wins, but alas, no farther than that. Just a couple thousand gems reimbursed on this first run of the Tarkir Dragonstorm Arena Direct. But that is going to end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and you're interested in seeing some more, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send you some more in your recommended feed. If you'd like to catch me live, you can check out the Twitch channel in the link in the description below, and if you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. But other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.